How's it going, YouTube? Tim's Tuts here, and I'm going to show you how to draw a global variable. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you're just following this tutorial for the first time, I suggest following it exactly how I do it before implementing it into your own game. I'm just going to create one sprite and one object for a player, and that's all we're going to need for this example. So the object, I'm going to name it just player and give it the sprite. And as usual, I'm just going to create a room, and it's just going to be 500 by 500 to kind of show you the example. Now there's a bunch of different things that I need to show you. There's strings, and then there's strings and numbers. So we'll do global.playerName. You don't really have to use global. You only use global if you're going to be using the variable and other objects. Otherwise, just do this. Player name equals Tim's Tuts, for example. Player coins equals 987, or yeah, 987. Alright, so now if you want to draw those on the screen so you can see them in your game, you want to create a draw event. Now, one thing that's really important that will mess everything up, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this on the forums because people can't figure it out. If the object you're using the draw event in has a sprite, which this player object does have a sprite, then you have to use this code. It's called draw self. If you're not sure what it does, look up in the documentation. You can find everything you need to know about it. Alright, so this is how you draw it. You would do draw text x plus 16. We'll do y minus 16. And we'll do player name plus string player name. Alright, so that's how we draw the name, and then draw the text, which I'm just going to copy and paste this so I don't have to type it all out for you again. So for the player coins, we would do player coins instead of name. And this one will do 32. So that's how you draw the player name and the coins with the text. Notice that I used player name in parentheses, and then I did the plus the string, because you're taking the text you put inside these parentheses, which is a required argument, and you're plussing, you're adding the variable you want to it. So if you wanted to draw these things with just the variable without having this text right here, all you have to do is do something like this. Draw text. We'll do x plus 16, and this time we'll do y plus 32. We'll do string global dot, or not global, player name plus string player coins. So we have three different things we're doing here. So anyway, draw text. This draws the player's name, plus it draws the text saying player name plus the player's name after it. This one shows the player coins with the coins after the player coins text. This one shows just the player's name and the coins without it saying player names or coins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the game after I put the player in the room, which I'll put it right here, and you'll be able to see the difference in all of the code there. So here it's loading up. We'll take a look here. Alright, so we got the player coins, it shows the number of coins. We got the player name, it shows my name. And then at the bottom we have the last one, which it shows my name and the coins, but without the text. It just shows the variables we created, which was player name and player coins. So that's how you can kind of define the two. And the good thing about the draw event here is if you're drawing it at these certain coordinates here, because the reason why it says x plus 16 is because the player sprite here the origin is way up here in the left corner, which is 0, 0, okay? So if you wanted to move the text to the center, this is 32 by 32, so half of 32 is 16. So right here in the middle would be 16, about that. And that's why it says plus 16. And then for the y, we do minus 32, because minus 32 would be above the player. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it should. So anyway, that's a simple tutorial on how to put variables onto the screen to follow the player. What I was saying earlier is the good thing about the draw event here is if you draw these texts but your player is constantly moving, it'll still draw the text following the player automatically. There's no other code that you have to use for that. So if you liked my tutorial, make sure to hit subscribe, and I will get some more out to you as soon as I can. See you later.